Once upon a time, two boys grew up playing hockey in the village of Terrace, British Columbia. One of them went on to play in the National Hockey League. The other became a comedian. Now, one flies planes and coaches youth hockey. The other is still a comedian and owns newsstands. This is their podcast, Enjoying Orange Slices with Jeff and Ian.
Jeffrey Sharples,
Hello.
Ian back.
What's up, LB?
Word on the street was we were going to get you a colored background, but you're still black and white.
Yeah, I know. I need to get a better base, I guess, so I don't blend into our backdrop. But I guess we've tried to diversify our logos. That's why.
Your Nordic heritage is coming through, and you're very, very pale.
What's funny is we talked about this for, I don't know, probably it's got to be at least 3 months, maybe 6 by now. So that's right on our schedule. Right, timing is
Never make a
perfect.
decision before it's too late.
That's right. So we'll maybe by the summertime, which is heating up here in Vegas. So maybe next week we'll see.
Is it hot there?
95 today, in the 90s. Got a big windstorm coming in, so it's going to blow me right out of here this week, and got to go back to work. So yeah, it's in the 90s. So what's that Celsius? I'm going to say mid to high 30s Celsius.
I was going to say, I thought it was low. I thought it was like around 30. Wasn't it 30,
I think
31?
30 is 86, if I'm not mistaken. So
86.
yeah, I'd
Get
love
rid of
86.
that winter. 86 it.
I'm going to say 35 Celsius. So
Really? I always thought 35 was 100. Oh well, I can't figure it out. I just stick with I just
I
go
think
with, well, it's really
37 is
hot if
right
you're in the
around it.
30s. It's really
Yeah,
hot if you're in the 30s, really hot if you're in the hundreds.
that's right. That's right. Hey, my nephew sent me a text yesterday. He's like, "Hey, it's really heating up in Terrace. You want to take a guess at the temperature back home in the
Probably.
morning?"
Are we go which side are we going? The low numbers? Are we going?
Yeah, just lower numbers. Yeah, just a lower
Okay.
number.
I think yeah, that sounds. I would say it's probably about 14 to 18.
What, Celsius?
Yeah.
He sent me a screenshot. It was 5, 5 Celsius. That's 40 degrees.
No.
Yeah. I'm like, and we're getting ready to go up there. Like, I don't have that many layers anymore. We're
Oh
in
my God.
Saad.
Well, the packing has just changed.
Yeah. Show up with a scarf. They wouldn't even let us off the
Oh my
airplane if we
God.
showed up with a scarf up there. Not a chance. Be
One of
like, you
those.
need to go back.
One of those Canada Goose jackets with the whole fur.
Yeah. So,
Oh my God.
yeah. And then when I checked it later, because I couldn't believe it, it was up to 8 Celsius.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
we do love weather. That's one thing. Like when you grew up in Canada,
hmm
uh, we love weather. We
When
love
you
talking about weather.
we love talking about, we love checking it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're warned as a kid, you check the weather before you leave the house.
Yeah.
Everything. We're all raised as boat captains and pilots. You check the weather before you leave the house.
That's right. You're already halfway there if you want to do it as a profession. You're like, yeah.
Love it. So
So
did you go to the game last night, or did you watch the game? Because I didn't watch the game. We went to an event. It wasn't an event. We went to a party, and I blanked. I didn't blank. I just couldn't get them to turn the TV onto the hockey.
yeah, they didn't want to put it on. Yeah, so I've been at a game in every series or 2 games in some
Ooh,
series. There's only been
fancy.
one here, so I just want to say that last night Colorado, which when this shows up, I'm not sure what day it's going to be, but
Tuesday,
Colorado
Wednesday.
came out flying, absolutely flying, and then the end of the first period they took a penalty. Vegas scored at the start of the second, and the place went bananas. Um, and so it was tied going into the third, and then Vegas pulled away in the third. Um, I wouldn't really say pulled away, just got one more, and then got an empty netter. But I'm gonna say I've seen a lot of hockey over the years and a lot of games at
Okay.
T-Mobile,
Mhm.
specifically. And I'm still, when I got home, I was, and like last night, still trying to process that turnaround in that game where Colorado was in full control, up 3-0, looked fantastic. Vegas started chipping away, and yeah, and that building's been super loud. People that have been in it, no. I mean, this time of year, all the buildings are loud. But last night, that when that thing got going, that was very reminiscent of year one, and then of course the year they won the Stanley Cup when against playing against, I believe it was who'd they take out? Was it Edmonton in Edmonton in the conference? I can't remember before Florida, anyways. But nuts, nuts.
Who, how do you say that, what would you say? Did Colorado fall apart or did Vegas become unstoppable?
I mean, McCarr came in last night for Colorado, and you could really tell that really helped that lineup. Of course, it's going to, right? This
Right.
guy's all world, a Hall of Famer already. Just amazing. You know he's banged up. You can see it in his face, but he's out there gutting it out. Played, I think, 28 minutes. Um,
Hurt, right?
yeah, I mean,
20
injured,
minutes
right? There's
hurt.
one thing to be hurt. There's another thing to be injured. I think when the dust settles on McCarr, um, that you're going to find out this guy was really, it's pretty serious by the looks of it. But he was dynamic again last night. I mean, 50% of Kel McCarr is still, I don't even know if it's 50 right now, what he's got in the tank. It's insane. It's insane what this guy does. And he's just such a treat and a pleasure to watch and such a good player. But Stone came back in for Vegas, balanced their lineup out a little bit.
Who'd they take
Hurdle's
out?
gotten going. I think the biggest thing for Vegas is they're defending really well. They're getting in lanes, but now they're starting to get the thing that, and you've seen it in other series. You see it with Montreal.
Right.
You've seen it with Colorado as well, and Carolina over the course of their. I mean, both those teams didn't play as many games coming in, but they had. Everybody was chipping in, right? It's one of those things. And right now, Vegas has everybody contributing. Like you look at it. Carlson's back playing at a really high level. Stone comes in and gets him going. Hurdle, who's been a little bit snake bit, gets going. Kolazar gets a goal. And then you get 2 assists from Keaton Korzak, who was a healthy scratch for some of the playoffs. So that's
Two
kind of,
questions,
yeah.
one question and a comment. Who came out because Stone went back in?
Brandon Saad, who had sat out for quite a while, and really in the minutes he got was very effective too. And I
Right.
would expect, you're going to see a lot more people as the playoffs go on here. In this series too, you'll probably see some changes in the lineup, maybe for Colorado, whether it's due to coach's decision or injuries, and you'll see that throughout the 4 teams that are left. I think we're not finished seeing. Different players come in the lineup for a number of different reasons.
Right. Here's my comment. It's interesting that Tuck over in Buffalo, who came from Vegas, ran into the snake bite in the last series over there, and Hurdle's been kind of snake bit all year and seems to be coming out of it. It's weird how timing is everything, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
everything.
it is everything in life, right? Um, and to talk about Alex Tuck, like, what did he have the last game? The game 7 against Montreal, I think he had 7 or 8 shots on goal, right? So the chances
Mhm.
were coming, right? It might not
Yeah.
look very good at certain points, and you're like, well, Jeff, it was a 7-game series. I understand that, but you know what? These guys that score and these guys that are expected to score when sometimes they go a little cold. Like if you went on a 7-game, 5, 6, 7-game scoreless streak during the season, I mean, you got guys that haven't scored in 19, 20 games. In the playoffs, you don't have that amount of
Right.
runway.
It
What you're
stands
looking
out.
Yeah, and what you look for is chances. And Tuck had a lot of chances against Montreal in Game 7. He couldn't get one to go. They couldn't buy another one. And Newhook comes down and with a beautiful shot, wins it for Montreal. Hurdle, I wouldn't say it, he got set up early in last night's game. In that bumper position, he plays the power play, and he healed it. But the chance was there, right?
But yeah, we're talking about Tuck there. There people are all fired up. Oh, he's gonna lose a lot of money if he goes out on free agency. He might get his money if he stays in Buffalo, but you see, he was -3 in that 8-3 victory. That way I'm just like, oh my God, they're going after you over like that period. The guy is holding that team together a lot of the time, and now they're just coming at him like that.
Well, I mean, if you think
Well,
about that deal, okay, so it was Tuck and Krebs for Eichel, and I believe a first rounder, which I'm not sure who that is. But those guys are a big part of the Buffalo Sabres. There was no team that was better than the Buffalo Sabres from December 9th, I think, right?
yeah,
Just after they got that let go of their GM, got the GM bump, as they call it.
the
I still
GM.
laugh about that. No such thing. But um, they've helped put that team back on the map. He's been a big part of it. It's tough sledding, man, in the playoffs. So I don't know. He's going to cost himself a lot of money. There's going to be
I
teams
don't
lined
think it's
up.
gonna cost them that. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think. I think they're gonna do, as you say, lined up to see what he wants to do.
Well, think about what he brings. He's 6'4". He can fly. He's got a great shot. How would he look on Connor McDavid's right side or Leon Draisaitl's? And I know they don't have the money. Well, maybe they'll
They'll
find
make
it.
it happen.
Yeah. How would he look on the right wing in Florida next year as they come back and want to grab everyone by the face again and to put them in the submission hold? There's a lot of places that he'd look really, really
Panarin
good.
playing with Panarin.
Yeah, I mean, he would look really good in LA. He'd look really good in Anaheim. How about on Macklin Celebrini's right wing? I know Smith plays there right now, but there's a lot of places. Playing with Connor Bedard, maybe,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like I know Bedard plays wing, but he does play in the middle a little bit. So there's places and people that have money, and he'll do just fine.
Yeah, he's gonna do okay when people get all fired up like that. I'm just like, hey, you're not his accountant. Calm down.
Yeah, I think we're really, we want to judge, like we're such a society of convenience now, like immediate responses. Like it's, you know what, the guy, he's played a lot of playoff games. If he wasn't getting any shots, like game seven, like he was around it, Dobish, I mean, made some unbelievable saves on him. So it's the way the ball or the puck
the,
bounces
the
sometimes.
cookie crumbles in a different way every time,
Hmm.
and you gotta,
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, eh, I think we gotta calm down with judging these guys at times, like all these other podcasts and on TV and blogs and stuff. Come on, come on. We know the guy's a stud, and everybody should want him. And if it costs him $500,000, that $500,000 just was never there. Like you shouldn't be judging on money like that. Like the guy's gonna be, I don't know. I think the commentary has become talk about money at times, and I'm just like, calm down with the money. Just
Yeah. Like, you know what? There's lots of money out there now in the league. Everybody's doing very well. Could some do
yeah,
better?
very well.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, if you don't know what kind of player Alex Tuck is by this point, like all the GMs know, they have him slotted in. They all know if he hits the market, um, he's a guy that could make a splash for a team. And here's part of it. Like, okay, he had a rough series against Montreal, but what if you're a team on the outside looking in? Is he the piece that gets you into the playoffs?
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
Is he the guy that can get you 25 to 40 goals? And now all of a sudden you go from 85 points to 98 points and you're in. So I mean, I watched Tuck here for a long time when he was here. He was just coming into the league. He's a dynamic player. Um, I think one of the
What's he
things
about
is,
30? Is he 30?
yeah, I think he's 30 now, but he's a lot like when he came in, defense wasn't really he wasn't really known for that.
His
He's
forte.
improved his all-around game as well. And I know what people are saying, well, they needed a goal. Yes, they did. But you know, he got his chances, and that's what you want to see with goal scores.
Montreal, when they win, they only shoot a couple pucks, so you got to be careful.
I think that what have they done now? They've had 3 games where they've had 12 or less shots, and they're 2-1.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're just like, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Team
They
of,
they don't need a shot. That's what.
no, and you know, like you look at who scored the game winner for them. It was Alex Newhook,
Yeah.
right? Who I believe got a cup in Colorado. So he's
What
the only guy in the Canadians that has a Stanley Cup, and he's been dynamic for them. But
was he
it
known for his
wasn't.
scoring prowess in Colorado?
What's that?
Was he known for his scoring prowess?
No, but he was
Exactly.
really and kind of an he was kind of like right in that mold of the Colorado player that they love. That he's got all kinds of pace. He's got some
Yeah.
skill. Um, I don't know if he came in around the time Logan O'Connor did. There's another guy played with his dad, Miles. And every time we go to a game, I point it out to Michelle. I'm like, "Hey, that's OC's boy. That's Logan." She's like, "You tell me that every time, but it's kind of fun to watch someone you played with
That's
their
fun.
kid." And I love Logan O'Connor as a player, but I think they might have come in
And you
him and
love
he was
driving
around the
Michelle
same
nuts.
time. What's that?
You also love driving Michelle nuts.
Yeah, exactly. Saying the same thing over and over
You,
again. So
you
she
got to
never
figure out
knows when
different
I go
ways,
downhill. Like
figure out different ways to say it the same way.
that's right. When I start really trailing off, nobody will know because I say the same thing over and over again.
Oh, he's had that since he was 29.
They go back to the grad book at Caledonia. Oh, the grad class will be like, yeah, he was telling that story back then too.
He was telling us about O'Connor's kid back.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I just as we talk about the two series that are left, we go back a little bit to the Buffalo series, but you gotta because the trade actually that with Buffalo lifted Vegas over top and actually started what Buffalo's created now. So you kind of got to
Yeah.
watch, you know,
Yeah, you got to be careful. Like you'll hear it all the time. The people,
the
the
people.
pundits, the people say, you
I
never win the player, the team that gets the best player always wins the trade. And you look at, let's just use Eichel in this one. Yes, he's got a Stanley Cup. Yes, his game has really evolved, and he's really like just a foundational piece in Vegas. We'll look at, but those two guys, Krebs and Tuck are a massive part of Buffalo's resurgence. And then if you look at the latest one, well, history will judge, will be Quinn Hughes to Minnesota. What's Vancouver look like as they retool over the next 3 or 4 years? Do those guys that come over in the Hughes trade, are they part of uh, the foundation that builds Vancouver back up in the Western Conference? We'll see.
We'll see is exactly right.
I like what they've done in Vancouver. We haven't talked about them much, but you know what? They're rearranging the deck chairs. Actually, I think
Hmm.
they took the deck chairs right off and power washed that thing and put some new paint on it and brought them back out refurbished. And I really like what Vancouver's doing. I'm interested to see who they pick up as a coach.
They got a
So
new, they're going to get a new lifeguard, and we'll see how they do.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, we haven't really talked about Carolina and Montreal much. What do you
I,
think about that? What are you thinking? What are you thinking about
when I
those
watch
guys
it,
from Raleigh and
the,
those guys from Montreal?
Colorado really isn't doing what you didn't, or not Colorado, I'm sorry, Carolina is not doing anything more or less than what you expected them to do, just come at you in waves. It's just interesting watching Montreal kind of like the first game, they were kind of ahead of them, and then the second game, they were kind of behind them, right? They were kind of, it was, yeah, I can't figure out where the level's going to happen. It's obviously going to take a lot of games to finish this series, but that seems to be Montreal's MO right now, right? So,
Yep. Yep.
you're not taking us. And did they only play? Did Carolina only play 8 games? Like the
Yeah. Yeah. They were the fifth or sixth team in the history of the NHL to win their first 8 games of the playoffs.
so
And
they're
yeah,
really not. They really haven't found
no.
like their game yet. Like you don't know if they want when times are tough yet. So.
Yeah, that and Montreal is going to push them. I think, as you get into the semifinals, it seems like at least watching it, these guys, even though they haven't played as many games, like Colorado and Carolina haven't played as many games as Montreal and Vegas, but the season's been just as long. You know what I mean? And you really wonder mentally, like obviously physically, guys are banged up and hurting, but mentally, the season's just as long. All four teams all started the same day, right? And you just wonder now. You start to see ebbs and flows in series and games, and you just wonder, like, if mentally, physically, you might be not where you were at certain points of the season, but mentally, are you able to ratchet it back up? Are you able to, because every play and every shift is so taxing. Like last night, I got to tell you, when you watch these guys going at it, the pace of play, every puck's contested, unbelievable physicality. Pucks are bouncing all over the ice. And when you see pucks bouncing all over the ice, I know it's 95 in Vegas, then maybe that's part of it. But, the other thing is because the pace of play is so fast, the guys are having a hard time, you know, keeping up.
Settling it
I
down.
mean,
Yeah.
and these guys are the best players in the world. Pucks are bouncing all over the place. And you know what? Bounces are what usually can determine the outcomes of very close series, right? And so
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what
How was the
happens.
how warm was it in the building?
They keep it good. I mean, they keep
Would
it.
did it
Yeah,
have a little
it's
bit of a
not.
chill?
Oh, I always have a chill in the building. I got my Nike jacket on that you gifted me so kindly of you. Yeah, I but in certain times of the year, like winter time around here, which I think a lot of people think is spring everywhere else, but um, you can have like t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, and like a
Well,
light jacket. T-shirt and a light jacket in the building last night was more than enough.
more because you're saying it's 95 degrees outside and you're putting 19,000 people into that building. That's a lot of work on the facilities to keep it
Oh
at a
yeah,
certain temperature.
yeah.
So,
Well, you
um,
got um, yeah, you got a lot going on, but they're used to it. It's their ninth year here in Vegas of I mean, you'll have games in like well September, I guess, but earlier in the season and later in the season, it's nothing for it to be in the mid to high 80s and full house in there. So now it's 95.
I was working with Kreischer this weekend. I went to Funner, California. I don't know if you ever heard of Funner, California.
Hunter,
Just outside of San Diego.
really?
It,
No.
it's in the trees. It's real. It's in this beautiful part of like inland California where it's all trees and
Huh.
orchards and stuff. And then all of a sudden there's just a high rise in the middle of nowhere. It's a Harrah's Casino. It's really funny. And then we were also in Fantasy Springs, just outside of Palm Springs in Indio, California. But his stage manager has worked with Stars on Ice and like stage managed Stars on Ice, and he was watching the game with me when we were watching Montreal I can't remember what night it was, and he goes, we play every time we go to Montreal. Those fucking people, all they talk about is how great their ice is. We've got the best ice in the whole league. You know that, huh? And I was like, really? I didn't know Montreal was known for that. I always thought it was Edmonton had the best ice.
Yeah, I think Edmonton still probably is voted as the best ice, but I'm sure
No, no, no. Montreal, she got the
they
best ice there.
yeah, they have a lot of pride, back there. And, I
Enjoy your
think
bigger skate. That ice she gonna be good for you.
I'll try and take an impromptu poll and see if I can get us the top 3 to 5 ice sheets as voted on by guys that actually play on them now. We should ask Marty that.
We
Well,
should
next
ask
time we'll
Marty.
ask Marty. I'll text him.
Ask Marty.
Our insider, someone. I got a funny friend texted me the other day. Goes, you guys should call it the Three Amigos when Marty's on the Three
Well,
Amigos. I was like,
my
hey, so
God.
uh, Marty, I had to laugh at Marty. I don't know if he told this story. We told this story, but when he went to LA, and I always thought Martinez, what a great name in LA to like to push your team out, right? Because there's a massive Hispanic population in LA,
What?
uh, and yeah, I know that this is news. But anyway, so he shows up to training camp and he's got all these reporters around him, and Telemundo wants to do an interview with them. So they sit down with them. I think it was at Staples, and they start asking him questions in Spanish. And Marty goes, "Hey, dude, I'm from Detroit."
Oh my
We'll
God.
have to get, I don't know if Marty's ever told that story on. We'll get him.
Uh,
He can tell it way better. So all of a sudden, the interviewer's like, "Oh, sorry about that. So what do you think?"
That's
And he asks
funny.
him in English. I'm like, Marty, you could have, like, you take Spanish, you could take over, like, Telemundo. Like, Anyways,
He
Marty.
could he could have hold that. He could have had a whole like sold a ton of jerseys if he just learned Las Montañas as muy alto.
And
The mountains are very high.
uh,
It, it
I still give it to him. I'm like, Marty, come on, like you got to get
but
your merch out there.
he's
And
got to get his merch out there.
I
And
told him, well,
people
you know what,
loved
I should.
people loved his Jeopardy question there. Like they were when we put it online, people were going nuts. Los Angeles Kings, Los Angeles Kings.
Yeah, and I think Marty he does his breakdown. It's called the morning or the AM rewind. I just love
AM
that.
rewind.
He's got even a better name for it, but I'll let him come on and tell one day if he wants to tell us what
One
that
day
one day
he
if
might.
he's
I think he's
back.
coming out to the show this week. I think he's coming out to see the show this Thursday night in Hermosa
Yeah,
Beach,
yeah. So
also
he
known
can.
as the Lovely Beach.
Yeah, you know what? Where they it's so close to the beach, the Magic and Comedy Club that there's sand in the club,
Yep,
right?
Sandbagger.
Yeah.
Let's do a update of the whatever the pool, the Orange Slices pool. And I'm gathering gifts. So far I've got two shirts that people can win, and we got some magnets, and we got a couple other things that people are going to win. So Emmy, tell us what's going on in our pool.
Yes, sir. I'm here. And after the Hurricanes pick up their first win and the Vegas Golden Knights are getting their brooms ready, we've got a.
Jinxie, Emmy comes flying through with a nice old
Jinx
jinx.
Emmy. Jinx Emmy.
But with the
Jinx
post
Emmy.
yesterday, I predicted a 3-0 series, so we're doing good so far.
Oh,
So we've got a two in first between Corey Shaw and Brian Wagers. Tammy takes over second from Mr. Almy, and Emmy's still out, even though
Emmy's still in fifth place.
How about Cam Miller? Is he even did you or did he get banned from the
Cam
pool?
Miller got taken out. He's in
Where's he? Fourth?
fifth.
And where are you?
I'm in fourth because I still have the Golden Knights going in there. I'm just pretend playing.
You're ahead of Cam? Oh, oh my God. Oh man.
Cam playing the pool with
Cam
his
Miller
heart,
had the
not his
same
mind.
Oilers.
Yeah, well, of course he did. You know what? He's so close to a participation medal, fourth place, right? He's so close. I don't think he's going to catch you though, Emmy.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Let's go.
Well, we
next.
know who Brian and Tammy took. I know that you're going to be fighting them for Golden Knights, but well, that's good. Well,
Tammy's
you know what?
there.
That's good.
That's good. The Orange Slices hockey pool going. Oh my God. We gotta put some things out there and ask some other questions and yeah, it's gonna be fun when I send these gifts off to the person that wins. And who's in first place right now?
We've got a tie. We've got Corey Shaw and Brian Wagers.
So we got tie going on, huh?
Hmm.
Okay, all
Well,
right.
Brian's
I think
pretty
another-
attentive. You know what, Corey? Keep your head up with him. He might catch you with an elbow, stray elbow. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, yeah. Hey, I have a question for you, LB. We kind of glossed over this, but I could see you getting a little heated when we started talking about the pundits and the guys on TV talking about money. You want to give a quick overview of what really bothers you about that before we set our sail, put the sails up, and sail off for this episode?
Why it bothers me that they're talking about the money?
Yeah, like there was something there. I just wanted to unpack it a little bit or dig into it a little bit. What like you kind of were it hit a nerve.
I don't think you should be like you don't know what's going to get the guy the most money. And that last series shouldn't, I don't think, is costing anybody any money because it's not like he didn't play the series before and help that slant in a big way towards Buffalo. So if you're going to base a guy, if you're going to if you're as an outsider, because pundits are outsiders, are going to put it out there for somebody that might listen that guy isn't worth that money. If you're talking to affect somebody's money, you're a piece of shit, right? Like it's like no, serious. Let the
There
guys
goes the neighborhood. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
but let the guy earn the money that he like athletes have a certain window to make as much money as possible.
Yeah.
And they have to do it for their family for in a certain amount of time. And if you're yip yap and start talking about money and guys don't deserve a little bit more, and the big problem is Alex Tuck is going to make a lot of money no matter what. Even if he doesn't make the extra million, he's still going to make millions, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, there's so much more to talk about than that. Maybe why? Why was he hurt? Who knows? Like what was going on?
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I know some guys come out at the end of the season and say, this is what was going on, or their organization does. Some guys don't. You
Yeah,
never know. And so what you're saying is, let's look at the broader um, piece of work, for
yeah,
example, the bigger view. Let's look at over time what this guy's done versus very minute sample size. But the thing is
sample
what
size, but
happens in the playoffs is everything gets like jacked up by 10, right? So
right.
that's why. But if you look over what he's done over the course of his career, he has continued to ascend as far as I think in a lot of ways and offensively, but definitely a lot better defensively because I mean Alex Tuck's never going to get like he'll never be, they won't be looking at him as the top defensive forward, but he's
Right.
rounded out his game. So if you look at the bigger picture, this
hmm
guy can play pretty much in any situation for you.
I
You know,
don't, I don't, I don't understand. I don't see a team that wouldn't want him. Like, tell me why wouldn't? No, we don't want that guy. Is so there's different reasons that the deal gets signed now. Money, term, like things like that, right? So, but I think when we're talking about the pundits, I think guys are looking for they're mining for material for content, right? So sometimes they start, I don't know, there's so much more to talk about, other than the guy's paycheck,
yeah,
right?
well, we do a lot of comparables, right? That's what we do in life. We do it in professional sports. His comparables in the league, who's comparable to Alex Tuck, and then there's a comparable to Alex Tuck still playing in the Final Four here, whether he's in Colorado, he's in Vegas, Carolina, or Montreal. There's some, maybe like a I don't know, like a big guy that can really fly, but it has a little bit more edge, a lot more edge to him though, is Josh Anderson, say. So, you look at a comparable there. Josh Anderson's been compared to Tom Wilson his whole life. I think that makes him probably cringe. Josh Anderson's a guy that can turn a game on its head in the playoffs, and he's done that multiple times. So you're looking, well, hey, what about Josh Anderson? But if you look at Josh Anderson's regular season compared to Alex Tuck, say, for example,
hmm
the impact now that Anderson's having is exactly what you'd expect from him, like the kind of player he is.
Anderson's built more for the playoffs than regular season, right?
Right. But you
So,
got to get there, right? And so
right,
that's
but
where the broader body of work for Tuck, and now Tuck's played in a Stanley Cup final before too. So it's not like this is foreign territory, but we're always being compared, and I'm sure it makes him chafe. Just to finish on that point. Okay, so now he goes out and Buffalo says, oh, we're going to give you 8 million. And people are like, oh, you're going to cost yourself money. But what if you're playing with Tage Thompson?
right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is the situation look like? Maybe you can get 10. I'm not saying he can, but maybe he can get 10 somewhere else. But
There's
what
guys with a lot of money sitting on the sidelines that didn't play any sort of playoff, didn't even get a sniff at playoffs. I'm sure that they wish they had taken a little bit less and played in the playoffs.
yeah,
Because
and yeah, 100%. So like Buffalo's competitive now. Okay, so let's just say he's going to get a 7-year deal and they're going to say in Buffalo, hey, we can give you 8 times 7, 7 times 8, 56 mil. But someone else is willing to give
oh
him,
my God, it cost himself $500,000.
yeah, let's just say somewhere else he could make 9.
Right,
And so now all of a
9 for
sudden
6.
9, or 9 times 7, and like he can skate, so guys aren't going to be worried about whether or not he's going to be able to play in his mid 30s because he can absolutely fly. That's not going to leave him. uh he's always going to be able to compete at the NHL level, but it's I look at it and I'm like, okay, where are you thriving? And yeah, it a bumpy series against Montreal, but look at Montreal. Lots of teams have had lots of players have had bumpy series against Montreal this year.
Yeah.
Montreal's just one of those teams that they just keep going and going and going. And so he's not the only one, but he
I
happens
don't.
to be a free agent. So everyone's like, well, hey, here's the problem.
I do not think he's the piece that caused them that series.
No, I mean, Montreal, I mean, a lot of nights it was the most chaotic hockey, but I think when I think chaotic hockey and I think of the 32 teams, I always think Edmonton excels at chaotic hockey. Now, Montreal excels at chaotic hockey. Like you watch them, that is
Montreal is
nuts.
it's different than anything I've ever seen.
It's just so much fun to watch. You're like, I didn't see that. Oh, what? Whoa! It's like you don't even get the thought out of your mind, and you're like, I got three different things I'm trying to process here right now, and so
You know what he said?
Montreal is
You know
the
what that
Edmonton
coach
of the
says
East.
as that team's leaving the dressing room? Have fun out there.
Yeah,
Because they're just like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And you know, in game one, they beat Carolina at their own game, which was really I just think a compliment to Montreal. Like, doubt
Yes.
them at your own peril. I'm telling you what, Montreal is. But I will say this: they did in game two. They usually were able to find a way to grind it out at the end, and they got the late goal to tie. But as the end of the third period and into overtime, they started to look a little bit. They looked a little tired in overtime,
They
and
looked a
they had multiple
fat
choice
fatigued.
chances to. So now Carolina's back in the series. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah. When's that next game? Is it Tuesday?
It is Monday night, which is
Tonight?
tonight. Yeah.
Even we're recording this on Monday, so it's tonight. It drives me nuts that they take so much time with these other in the series and just like kind of spread them apart. And then this one is just like,
Yeah.
like it's been like, what is it, 4 games in 4 nights, basically, of what's going on. So,
Yeah, and
anyways,
you if it's going good for you, you just keep it rolling.
keep it
When it's
rolling.
not going good, it's tough. I think the finals start June 4th, so no matter what happens, if
We
these
gotta be
series
done.
get extended, they're not going to have a lot of time. What's
They gotta
that?
get it done. They gotta get it. We gotta get it done. We, we gotta get that ice out. We got the trades fair coming.
That's right. That's right. The ice has gotta it's gotta come out. So
You can
uh
welcome to Montreal. It's the best ice, and everywhere you like it, it's gonna be the best ice. You're gonna like this ice. You got any shout outs?
yeah, I do. Do you got anything particular or you good?
I guess I don't have
Okay.
I'll just say I'll just do thanks went out with Bert, had a great time, always fun, just do a couple go do 10 minutes, and I'm struggling to find the material that's short enough for 10 minutes, right? So but it's just fun, just you love seeing your friends do well, and hopefully he did good enough that it didn't cost them money when he gets signed by Buffalo.
When Bert goes out to Buffalo. Hey, what did you, so when you were struggling, because I love it when you snap and you can't figure out how to wrap it up. But I haven't really seen you struggle when you come on because you usually are like into someone. Do you got something you came out with that you were laughing? Like you're like, I didn't see that coming? How'd you start your
Well, the
show?
first night I walked on, and I'm just like, so it's the tribal elders have the front, right?
Oh, jeez.
Right. But they don't show up until like, so they're just kind of, I'm just like, oh, where are you guys coming from that you're so late? Right there. That's where they're from. How far did you drive? You from out of town? That's what I'm asking. I find out afterwards that they were the tribal elders, right? Because it's all roped off.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But
Um,
basically I just started out with I just like me just I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here just like just kind of just go with just jump in. All right, the pool's hot.
Hey, I'm just filling some time until Bert's ready backstage.
Basically, yeah.
Bert's getting his car valeted right now. It'll just
Yeah.
be a couple of minutes before he's on.
Yeah. That's
That's
basically all it is.
awesome. Good. Hey, I got a shout out for an old friend of ours. We go way back. We went to high school together, and time's moving on. I won't say which birthday he had the other day, but we were going back and forth on on Saturday, and he's like, "Yeah, I just had my birthday yesterday," and so he said, "I've been a little reflective," and I'm like, "Oh, well, that's cool." So, anyways, we were
He
sharing
called you up
back
to
and forth.
apologize.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm sorry for not being a good friend for over 40 years now. Actually, it's yeah, we've been almost over 40 years that we've been friends, over 40. So Tim Down, a shout out to Tim, his lovely wife Val, uh, Abigail and Gabrielle, his two daughters, and of course they got grandkids now as well. But so a shout out to Tim and his family.
Nice
He
guy.
listens to us. We go way back. So happy birthday, Tim. I put it in my phone for next year, so I'll text you. But
Expect
yeah,
nothing
if
from
you got
me.
a birthday, send it out to us. We'll put it in our phone. Make sure you get a shout out. But yeah, an old friend of mine, real character. A lot of funny times together. Not as many anymore because we live in different areas. But one of my friends I grew up with, that we had a lot of laughs together.
That's really funny. We don't have as many laughs together because we don't live near each other.
No,
Therefore,
not anymore. We're in different countries, but we're out west. So we'll see him maybe in Kelowna here this fall. So we'll look forward to it.
love it. Happy birthday, Timmy. Loved all.
Love to all.